You know, it's funny, just yesterday in my review of Don Toliver's new album, Hearthstone Psycho, I kind of predicted that maybe we would get a JACKBOYS 2 announcement pretty soon, because Travis had that one bar on his verse on Ice Age, I believe, where he shouted out every single Cactus Jack member, and today we actually got it's a confirmation for JACKBOYS 2. So let's talk about this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. So yesterday on June 14th, 2024, the Lyrical Lemonade Summer Smash Festival started with day one that was headlined by Cactus Jack, so Travis Scott and all of the other members. And from the pictures we have so far, it was pretty fire. I mean, the stage was pretty cool. There were actually a lot of people there. It was in Chicago, so this was actually a pretty cool performance. Also from the clips that you could see on social media and all the sources. And before we talk about the fact that Travis actually announced JACKBOYS 2, I want to say real quick, because that made me very happy at this show. I mean, I wasn't there, but from what I've seen, that Travis finally officially co-signed Sofego, because that was one of the things that he hasn't done in a very long time. He said, I'm nothing without Sheck West, I'm nothing without Don Toliver, and also said, I'm nothing without Sofego, which is actually, I believe, the first time that Travis Scott officially said this, because we've all been making jokes about how Travis does nothing to push Fago, and that Fago was kind of like getting forgotten about in the Cactus Jack crew. But finally, some official love from the boss to Fago. Hopefully that helps him. He's been up next for a long time. Now let's actually take a look at what Travis said, though, because there was this one clip at the end of his performance right before he went off stage where he showed some love to his crew. As I said he's nothing without them, nothing without the fans, and then said, we've been thinking about doing JACKBOYS 2. Now, this isn't official confirmation. This isn't, okay, JACKBOYS 2 is definitely coming, it's coming in December, whatever. We've been thinking about it. But the fact that he's openly saying this at the end of a festival is pretty good indication for the fact that it's actually coming. This probably means it's not coming anytime soon, but at least we know it is coming. Now, I thought it wasn't that unsure. He's making it sound like it was a thing that was still debated over. I thought that was pretty sure that there was going to be JACKBOYS 2, but now it is. Now, the funny thing is that in December of last year, I dropped a video about JACKBOYS 2 where I talked about the possibility of this thing dropping in 2024, so this year. And in that video, we went over a clip from a fan who asked Travis through his, window if JACKBOYS 2 was coming soon, and Travis said for sure. And, back then everybody was jumping on this and saying, oh, Travis said for sure it's coming, so it's definitely coming, it's definitely in his mind. It took another 6 months now for him to actually officially mention it, but I think it's a step forward. But I just think it's funny how long we've been talking about this, because when you think back, when did JACKBOYS 1 drop? That was December of 2019? That is almost 5 years ago. That's insane. And you also got to think about the stuff that's changed since then. Fago was added onto the roster as well, so if he gets a big placement on JACKBOYS 2, maybe on one of the biggest songs on there, then that's going to elevate his career even further, and that could be the help that he needs more so than any cosign that Travis could give him. So this could also be a big stepping stone for Fago especially, which I'm looking forward to. Now, we can't forget about all of these recording sessions before his Utopia Circus Maximus tour shows, where we saw him recording before every show, and we've had all these hints that something new was coming. And you also can't forget about that one tweet where somebody said, imagine an album where each song is the city it was made in on tour, and Travis replied to that tweet with, are you in my brain or what? We talked about this as well back when this happened earlier this year, January 14th, as you can see on this tweet. So that was also something that we thought, okay, maybe there's a solo Travis album coming pretty soon after Utopia only dropped in July of last year. It was still the dystopia theory or whatever. I think all of that is in the past now. I think the next release that we're going to see from Travis is actually going to be JACKBOYS 2. maybe also this could be the album that they're talking about, because he says, imagine an album where each song is the city it was made in on tour, and he's, directly referring to that. But that wouldn't make sense for a JACKBOYS record, so maybe we are getting a solo Travis record. I think there's definitely two separate projects in the work, but JACKBOYS 2 is probably coming earlier, because I don't think a Travis solo record is coming anytime soon. Now, we also don't know when this is coming. Obviously, he didn't give us any concrete evidence on any of this. I actually don't see this dropping this year anymore. I predicted that in December of last year. I said not before end of this year, which I would now kind of extend to not before 2025. Because if he's just now saying they're thinking about doing it, that means that they haven't really started working on it. Maybe he wants to keep it mysterious, but I just think that that's not really what's happening. If Travis was still on tour up to, I think, February of this year was the end of tour, and now this summer he's coming to Europe. So in July he's coming to Europe. I'm still trying to get tickets for a Germany show, so let me know if you have any low prices for ticket sales for anywhere in Germany. But back to my point, if he's still going on tour now and they're doing festivals, they're not working that actively on music. He's still trying to push Utopia like that. So I believe that it's not going to be before 2025, which is kind of sad. But look, we're already halfway through 2024. So time goes by very fast. So I think we can wait that time. Plus, obviously, now some power dynamics have shifted as well. A lot of people talked about Don Toliver's record that he dropped yesterday, Hearthstone Psycho, as him also getting the torch from Travis, and that he's finally not the little guy anymore that Travis needs to carry through in his career, but that he's really reestablished himself. And back in 2019, Don was still this, we're kind of like, oh shit, who's this guy that Travis found? But now Don Toliver is a household name in hip hop. So the power dynamics within the crew have definitely shifted as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that then displays on the record. Now, obviously, I have big hopes for this. JACKBOYS 1 was an unexpected EP record. They came unexpectedly, but at the same time was so fire because it was just, we didn't have any expectations for it. And then it was so good. Every track on there kind of blew up on TikTok, I believe, back then. So a lot of people are going to have higher expectations for this one. I hope that doesn't lead to many people being disappointed by it just because they were so taken by surprise by the first one positively. So now that the second one can't live up to it anymore, I just hope that doesn't happen. But I'm very excited for JACKBOYS 2. I hope it's coming next year. I don't think you can, really count on a release date still this year, as I said multiple times. But let me know what y'all think about this. What do you think about this announcement from Travis? Do you think that means that they've started working on it or haven't started working on it? And when do you think this is actually going to be coming out? And what do you see in the future of Cactus Jack when it comes to Dom, when it comes to Fago, and how the whole dynamic is shifting? Let me know all your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.